Carol. Carol.
Hello, Monica.
I have to say that Carol has been my client for how long?
Oh, 6 months.
6 months, yes.
Please.
And before Carol came first to kinesiology, she was coming to do massage therapies and trigger point, for a little while, and we did have some good results, but nothing compared to what kinesiology has done, I would say, right? And I have to say something here, and it was Carol who actually, Carol's case that inspired me to go deeper into kinesiology, because I could see that what we could do with the muscles was not enough, that there would have been something biochemical or neurological, or at that time I didn't think much of the emotional. I thought more biochemical. I thought heavy metals. That's
So
what I
you
thought.
took it all in.
I took it all in. So I already had studied kinesiology, but I didn't have enough clinic follow-ups to see how massive could be the changes that it could create. But it was Carol's case. I wanted to be able to do more, that I thought, okay, I'm gonna go deeper into this. So when Carol returned, after a long break of 2 years, after a long break of 2 years, I already had all these tools. I was already geared up with all my kinesiology confidence, with all my confidence as a kinesiologist. So Carol, would you like to share with us how it was when you first came to kinesiology? What do you remember?
What do I remember? First of all, I remembered your manner, your very calm, soothing manner. It is wonderful when you're in pain or when you're not well to have someone treat you like you did. That was number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, when you asked me if I knew anything about kinesiology, and I said I had seen a specialist program on photographing kinesiology, being a medical photographer, I was very interested.
Mm-hmm.
So I was more than happy to entrust myself to you. And the two things that you helped me with was my right leg, which didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I actually sort of stumble in like a caterpillar and fly out like a butterfly.
That's right.
And it felt wonderful after every session. The second one was a diagnosis of trigeminal neuropathy down bottom part of my jaw. My doctor said the only thing you can treat it with is drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried one night's drug, which I hated profusely, and I stopped taking it anymore. And I came to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I said, I've got a case of trigeminal neuropathy. And so you went ahead with your kinesiology, and the whole thing disappeared in a week.
That's right.
In a week.
In a
Gone.
week. Yep.
I couldn't believe it.
Yep.
So I have utter faith in you. I have utter faith in your practice. You're ethical. You are patient with people. You have a wonderful manner, and I would recommend anybody who's interested in good healing to come and see you.
Thank you, Carol. I remember that when you said, the first thing that I remember is when you first came, that I couldn't even treat you in this treatment room because it has 3 steps to come up.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that you just were not able to make it here. We had to treat you there at the entrance at a very low level in the gazebos that I have, almost in the semi-open, because it was impossible for Carol to be able to make it here. It would have to be literally 100% carried, right? And we didn't know also if you could actually get to the massage table at that point.
No.
I also remember that I couldn't test your own muscles. because they didn't have any hold. Like
No.
the whole body was just completely like it didn't have any hold. Yeah.
No strength.
No strength. And also sitting up on the anywhere was not possible for you to stay seated. The muscles wouldn't hold the spine for a seated posture.
No.
So thinking of putting your weight on your feet to make it here somehow was not even on the cards. That was not on the cards at that point, right?
No. But a few treatments later,
I
could walk up the stairs.
Now you use your walker, you stand up, you sit up from the massage table, and it needs very little help, isn't it? So yeah, that's one part
You're right, that was the first big one.
That was the first big one, to be able to make it to this room actually, yeah. And the trigeminal nerve, I remember that when you said trigeminal nerve, and I went to this other workshop with new skills, and there was a specific format for trigeminal nerve, and I said, I have the format for trigeminal nerve. But it was because we had seen already what had happened with your leg, that it couldn't be moved. Yeah. Then I work on the trigeminal nerve with a lot of confidence and faith that it would do something for you, even, you never know, you can only try. Yeah.
Well, it did.
But it surprised me that it was in 1 week, because what you were told was that you would have to live with that.
Yes.
With that pain. It could only get worse, and that was it. Yeah.
I will say here that my GP is not against alternative medicine.
Yeah.
Because I told him that I was coming here, and his response was, there are more ways of treating the body than Western medicine.
That's right.
And that made me feel confident, because I thought, whatever I do with Monica, I can discuss with Sam if I have to.
That's right, yeah.
He would accept it.
Yeah.
Now, finding a doctor to accept that was pretty big.
Yes, and for me it's really good to see that, because we definitely all have our place, yeah. There are things in which we have different skills, so if we work together, yeah, exactly. And the other thing that I remember, Carol, that I would like to bring to here, because it means a lot to me, it meant a lot to me when I saw it, and it meant a lot to you too. I saw was the first time that you move your feet.
My right foot.
Yeah, you.
Yes, I did. I could do that.
Can you tell us? Do you remember that?
I do remember that. It was like saying hello to a long lost friend, to actually see my foot move.
Yes.
Thought, you're back again.
That's right.
It was wonderful.
And then you started moving like a child there, like you could move your legs again, basically. So we are talking about here autoimmune, yes. Neurological,
yes.
Specifically autoimmune, multiple sclerosis, and which has affected the limbs and the trigeminal nerve, yeah?
Well, and my spine.
And the spine.
And my spine,
And the spine, yeah. And the last thing that I would like to say, and if you have something to add to it, that would be good. The first session, when I tested you, because I couldn't test you with your muscles, I had to test you with my muscles.
Yes, you did.
And this is the first time that I did that, and there was no other way to test you. I thought I have to test her with my muscles. I've done this in training, but not with clients before this, yeah? So the first test that showed was something about paralyzed limbs.
Yes, it did.
The point that showed was about paralyzed limbs, and it was related to emotion too. It showed emotional events that were related or appeared to be related to it. That's how it started.
That's one thing that I buried, and that's probably one of the reasons why it was a problem.
Yeah. Buried emotions, they don't go anywhere. They stay in the body, they stay in the organs, they they don't go anywhere if we don't work with them and diffuse them. Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think about kinesiology now specifically?
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan because it works. You know, you can go to doctors and they just like to hand you scripts. You go to doctors and they will have a visit with you and just sit at their desk and write. And you're sitting over there and they don't even look you in the face. So there are Western medical practices that I'm very much against.
Mm-hmm.
I like communication with somebody. I do like hands-on, because to me that the connection is important.
Yep.
And I like the fact that you, if I mention something that you're not 100% au fait with, you will research it and you'll come back to me with this answer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just marvellous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, my dear, it's been really a beautiful journey to be working with you, and it's been an inspiration. I'm so glad that you have been able to see changes. Yeah, because this
I have enjoyed it. I've missed you these last 2 weeks.
All right, so right now we're gonna go to do our session, and thank you for sharing your experiences, Carol.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.